The wealth you've been searching for is already within your reach. The prosperous life God desires for you is not something distant, but a promise ready to be lived. But then, why hasn't it come to you yet? The answer is simple. There are 6 internal blockages, patterns of behavior the Bible calls sins, that act as barriers preventing prosperity from reaching your hands. That's why it's time to abandon complicated formulas once and for all. What I'm about to present in this video is a clear action plan. We will identify one by one the 6 blockages keeping you from the financial freedom you long for. And for each of these blockages, I will show you 2 things. First, the specific damage it causes, stealing your energy, focus, and resources. And second, a practical and effective solution to eliminate this pattern from your life. If you are ready to stop speculating and start acting, pay close attention as we begin with the first and most common blockage: procrastination. In the Bible, this is illustrated in the parable of the talents. A man received gold from his master, and out of fear, instead of multiplying it, he buried it. This is exactly what procrastination does. Procrastination is the sin of burying the gifts God gave you. Understand something very important now. Procrastination is a dream destroyer. It convinces you that tomorrow is the best day to start, while in reality, time is passing by, taking with it the opportunities God has already prepared for you. Pay attention, because this can change the way you see your daily life. Every time you know what you need to do, whether starting that project, making an important call, or studying to improve your life, and you say, "I'll do it later," you are sending a message to your brain. That message is, "I am not capable, I don't deserve it. My future can wait." Understand this: small pleasures generate big regrets. This is one of the invisible laws that silently ruins lives. Most people procrastinate not because of weakness, but because the human brain is wired to seek what provides more dopamine, more immediate pleasure, and quicker rewards. The brain wants comfort now, not glory later. It wants the phone, the food, the entertainment, not sacrifice, discipline, or productive silence. By nature, the brain doesn't understand the value of a distant harvest. It only sees instant gratification. That's why so many people give up before even starting. Building wealth, purpose, and legacy requires effort without applause. It requires planting in the dark, trusting that the light will come. But as long as you keep feeding those small daily pleasures, you are watering the regret that will come tomorrow. God does not prosper those who run from transformative pain. He honors those who are able to deny the now for something eternal. Overcoming procrastination is not just a matter of willpower. It is a strategic battle against a brain designed to conserve energy and seek immediate pleasure. But here's the good news. You can trick your brain, master your impulses, and turn your mind into a machine of action. Use the power of definitive decision. Procrastination feeds on doubt. Decide now, firmly, that your life is going to change. The mind only truly begins to work when you make a decision with conviction, when you burn the bridges behind you, leaving no plan B. So, if you are committed to this, comment below and seal your commitment with me. Write in the comments, "I choose to act." This simple act of writing with intention is a direct command to your brain. When you declare something with power, you activate a part of the mind called the reticular activating system, which filters what is important. The more you affirm, the more you become. Today, by declaring "I choose to act," you are telling heaven, your mind, and your future that you will not turn back. This is the first step toward becoming the person who builds, achieves, and overcomes. Now pay attention. To overcome procrastination once and for all, you need to trick your brain with the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule is powerful. The brain hesitates when you give it too much time to think. Count down from 5 to 1 and act before it sabotages you. The countdown activates the prefrontal cortex, the rational part, and neutralizes the impulse to avoid. Break big tasks into micro-actions. Your brain hates huge tasks but loves quick wins. Don't say, "I'm going to write a book." Say, "I'm going to open my laptop and write 5 lines." This trick activates the dopamine cycle in a positive way. Associate pleasure with what you usually avoid. The brain craves dopamine, so give it to him. Play music you love, light a candle, or reward yourself after completing the task. You are training your brain to associate action with pleasure, not with pain. Reprogram your identity. Don't say, "I'm lazy." Say, "I am becoming disciplined." The brain obeys the identity you affirm every day. Procrastination cannot survive where identity is strong. Now let's move on to the second blockage, pornography and empty desires, the silent thief of energy. Pay close attention now. Pornography and empty desires come from the same dangerous root, the search for immediate pleasure that in the end leaves the soul empty. One of these behaviors happens alone, in front of a screen, and the other sometimes with another person. But the effect inside you is the same, a deep emptiness, as if something were being drained from you. Imagine you were born with a premium fuel tank. That is your vital, creative, and sexual energy. Both neuroscience and ancient philosophies agree. This is the most powerful energy a human being can possess, designed to be the fuel to build your empire, your business, your family, and your wealth. Pornography and loveless relationships, based only on physical desire, act like leaks in your soul. Every time you give yourself to these pleasures, you're not filling yourself, you're emptying yourself. Instead of using that energy to grow, create, and conquer, you're wasting it on fleeting pleasures that lead nowhere. The brain receives such an intense and easy dose of pleasure that it loses interest in life's true rewards, such as the satisfaction of completing something important, the value of genuine love, or the victory of overcoming a challenge. And what is the result? The next day, you don't feel stronger. You feel weaker, emptier, with a heavier mind. It's like trading the chance to build a future for a passing distraction. God cannot fill a life that is emptied daily with what has no value. Pay attention. To solve this, we must begin with the first step, a radical detox. You need to create a barrier between yourself and the addiction. This means cleaning up your environment right now. Blocking websites, deleting apps, and unfollowing accounts that feed those desires. Treat your phone and your computer as the office of your mind. You wouldn't leave garbage in your office, so why would you allow garbage in your mind? This is an act of self-mastery. You're telling your brain, from today, I'm in charge, not my impulses. The second step is the most brilliant and powerful, inspired by great minds like Napoleon Hill. The secret is not to destroy this vital energy. The secret is to transmute it. When desire or temptation arises, instead of fighting it or giving in, you look at that force and say, "Okay, I feel you. Now I will use you to..." And you complete it with your most important goal. I will use this energy to do 50 push-ups, to write one more page of my project, to plan my next financial goal. You take the impulse that would drag you into the abyss and use it to launch yourself to the top. You transform poison into medicine. For empty desires, the cure is to replace the search for intensity with the search for intimacy. Invest in real connections that strengthen you, instead of encounters that drain you. By doing this, you're not just defeating an addiction, you're reclaiming the fuel for your success. Now that your energy is cleaner and your focus clearer, we must face the third blockage. And this one, my friend, is the most dangerous of all, because it doesn't look like a sin. It disguises itself as intelligence, as wisdom. I'm talking about fear disguised as prudence. Fear is a dream killer. It doesn't shout. It whispers softly, "Not now. You're not ready. What if it goes wrong? But the truth is simple and hard. Those who listen too much to fear become paralyzed, and those who are paralyzed lose, because fear is not a signal to stop. It is the exact sign that a door is waiting to be crossed. When you feel fear, that is the exact moment to move forward. Most people don't fail because they tried and fell. They fail because they never tried, and nothing corrodes the soul more than the regret of knowing you could have been, but never were. That you could have tried, but stepped back. That God placed the opportunity, but it was wasted. Can you fail? Yes. But failing while trying is noble. Looking back and seeing that you let your dreams die because of fear, that is true failure. So go, even trembling. Go, even with doubt. Go with faith. Because while fear holds you, action sets you free. Remember the parable of the talents? The servant who buried the money didn't see himself as a failure. He saw himself as prudent. His justification was, "I was afraid." He used caution as an excuse for paralysis. The result? He was the only one who did not prosper. The pain of this sin is subtle. It's not the pain of an obvious loss, but the phantom pain of what you failed to gain. It's the business that never left the paper, the promotion you never asked for, the investment you watched others make and profit from. You become a first-class planner, but a last-class executor. Your life fills with perfect plans and results that never arrive. This fear is treacherous because it attacks your faith while convincing you that you're just being smart. But in God's kingdom, those who do not act in faith do not reap the promises. Fear is not a red light from God telling you to stop. Fear is actually His green light, urging you to accelerate with faith. But how do you cross this portal when your legs are trembling? How do you act? I'll give you 3 practical and powerful tools to develop a faith that acts. The first tool is this. Use fear as a compass. From today, change your relationship with fear. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, see it as a guide. What you fear the most, that difficult conversation, that investment pitch, or the launch of your project, is almost always a clear sign of where your greatest opportunity for growth lies. Fear is showing you the way. The wealth you seek lies on the other side of the discomfort you try to avoid. The second tool is for your logical mind. Ask yourself the worst-case scenario question. When the false prudence of "it's too risky" arises, stop and ask, what is the worst thing that could realistically happen if I try? Not the catastrophic fantasy, but the reality. Would I survive that? Most of the time, the answer is yes. What is the cost of doing nothing in 5 years? By doing this, you turn vague fear into a calculated risk, and you realize that the risk of standing still is much greater. The third and most powerful tool, practice mustard seed faith. God does not ask you to build the entire wall in one day. He asks you to lay the first brick. Stop looking at the size of the mountain and ask, what is the smallest 1% action step I can take today to demonstrate my faith and move in the right direction? Is it registering the website, making a phone call? Then do it. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is looking fear in the eyes and saying, I know you're here, but I am in charge of my life, along with the God who lives in me. Now the fourth blockage, victimhood. This is the sin of putting yourself in the role of the helpless. Pay attention, because this is one of the most comfortable and destructive mental traps there is. Victimhood speaks the language of, if only I had been born into another family, it's the crisis fault, nobody supports me. If you knew what I went through, you'd understand. Listen, bad things happen, injustices are real, pain is legitimate. But the sin of victimhood is not about the pain you felt. It's about choosing to make that pain your permanent identity. The moment you point the finger and find someone to blame for your situation, you voluntarily hand over the key to your life to that person or circumstance. You hand over all your power. It's a trap, because if it's not your fault, then it's not your responsibility to change either. This gives you an excuse not to try, not to risk, not to grow. You might even gain people's sympathy, but the price is your strength, your self-respect, and your future. Spiritually, victimhood is an offense against your very identity. God calls you his child, heir of the world, more than a conqueror. But the victim sees himself as a slave to circumstances, and God cannot give a king's inheritance to someone who insists on living with a beggar's mindset. As long as you are the victim of your story, you can never be the hero of your destiny. But what if I told you that the same pen others used to write your story of pain can be taken back by you to write a future of glory? The time has come to take the pen back. There are 3 steps to annihilate victimhood. First, adopt the formula of power. Event plus response. Shock outcome. You don't control the event, what was done to you, the crisis, the injustice, but you have 100% control over your response. And it is your response that determines your result. Victims focus on the event, heroes focus on the response. Stop asking, why did this happen to me? That question keeps you chained to the past. From today on, the only question you should ask is, what can I do about this right now? That question throws you into the future. Second, rewrite your story with the because of this technique. Take your greatest pain, your greatest disadvantage. Instead of ending the story with I suffered, add the phrase, but because of this, I became. For example, I came from a poor family, and because of this, I became a master at valuing every opportunity. I was betrayed in business, and because of this, I learned to be an unshakable judge of character. Use your wound as your greatest school. Transform poison into power. Third, use the deadliest weapon against the victim spirit, aggressive gratitude. The victim's mind only sees what is missing. The heir's mind is grateful for what he has, even if it's little. Gratitude is not denying the problem. It is your declaration of faith that with what you hold in your hands today, God can perform a miracle tomorrow. By doing this, you stop being the frightened passenger in the car and take the wheel of your life. This is the posture that attracts wealth. Now we need to adjust your GPS, because it's useless to have control of the most powerful car if you're driving in the wrong direction. This leads us to the 5th and subtle sin, self-centeredness. It is the disease of me first, the mindset that filters everything through the question, but what do I get out of this? It's when your own belly button becomes the center of your universe, and your desires become more important than your purpose. The self-centered person, by focusing only on himself, becomes blind to the needs of others, and it is within those needs that the greatest opportunities for business and wealth are hidden. Self-centeredness locks you in a one-man prison. You might achieve some success, but it will be limited and lonely. God gave you unique gifts and talents, not as treasure to hoard, but as tools to fulfill his plan. When you use them only for yourself, you are applying a divine tool for a small and mundane purpose. It may fill your bank account, but your life will remain empty. This is the sin of trying to build a great empire on a tiny plot of land, your own ego. And an empire like this, sooner or later, always collapses. So how do you escape this prison of me first? There are 3 keys to doing so. The first key is change your fundamental question. Instead of waking up and asking, what can I gain today? Start asking, what problem can I solve today? Your greatest business opportunity and your life mission are hidden in what bothers you most in the world, or in what you love most to do in service to others. Wealth is a byproduct of problem solving. Find a big problem you are passionate about solving, and you will have found a gold mine. The second key is a practical exercise. For 1 week, become a value detective. Carry a notebook or use your phone's notes app and write down every complaint, every difficulty, every desire you hear from the people around you. This app is too complicated. I wish there were a faster service for this. I'm tired of not being able to get that. Pay attention. Every complaint is a disguised business opportunity. Every problem is a cry for help, with a check attached. Stop focusing on your own desires and start hunting for other people's problems. The third key, sow value first. Before asking for a sale, give a valuable tip. Before asking for a partnership, offer your help with something. The law of the harvest is clear. You cannot reap where you have not sown. By serving first, you prove your value, build trust, and activate the universal law of reciprocity. You stop being a hunter chasing money and become a farmer cultivating a field of value. For the patient, serving farmer, the harvest of wealth is always inevitable. Now the last sin, the poison that prevents God from multiplying what you already have, ingratitude. It's not just about failing to say thank you. It's the spirit of complaining. It's looking at the seed in your hand and cursing it because it is not yet a forest. It is focusing on the difficulty of work and forgetting the honor of having work at all. Pay very close attention, because this is an unchanging divine law. Multiplication only happens after gratitude. Jesus, faced with 5 loaves of bread, did not complain about the hunger of the crowd. He first gave thanks for the little he had. Only after gratitude sanctified the seed did the miracle happen. Complaining about what you have today is the same as praying for nothing good to happen again. You are proving to the universe that you are not trustworthy to receive more. Prosperity runs away from a murmuring heart, because bitter, ungrateful soil cannot produce an abundant harvest. The antidote to the poison of ingratitude is a discipline, not a feeling. It is the daily, non-negotiable practice of conscious gratitude. From today on, do this. Every morning before touching your phone, or every night before bed, list 3 specific things you are grateful for. Don't be vague. Name the blessing in detail. This simple act trains your brain to focus on abundance, not on lack. It opens the door that complaining shuts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave your like. It is very important for us. And with that, the map is complete. Now you know the 6 blockages, and you hold the 6 keys to your financial and spiritual freedom. The power to overcome procrastination, purify your energy, act in faith, take responsibility, serve a purpose, and live in gratitude. It's in your hands. Subscribe to the channel to follow the next videos. And remember, wealth is not being denied to you by God. At this very moment, it is waiting for your decision to become the person worthy of receiving it. The work starts now.